Welcome to Chief of Party to Chief of Party, success in your first 90 days. As you navigate the USAID landscape for the first time or seek to sharpen your skills, we're here to provide the guidance you need to address the unique challenges of this role. Host Donna Vincent Roa, an experienced Chief of Party, will inform and inspire your journey.
Welcome to a new chapter in navigating the complex landscape of leading USAID-funded projects. I am Dr. Donna Vincent Roa, and today we're zeroing in on a topic that can make even the most seasoned leaders take a deep breath: compliance in the midst of chaos. As a Chief of Party, you're no stranger to the unexpected, but when a crisis hits and the rulebook looks like it's being turned upside down, that's when your leadership mettle is truly tested. Imagine you're steering a project in a country where the political climate suddenly shifts. The rules of engagement are now evolving by the hour, and amidst all this, you've got a primary directive that can't be ignored: adherence to USAID regulations. Now, how do you uphold these non-negotiable standards when the ground beneath you is shaking? Starts with an understanding that regulations aren't just red tape. They're a framework designed to ensure accountability, transparency, and the ethical use of your project resources. The key here is to navigate them not as constraints, but as guides that can navigate us through uncertainty. Let's talk about the compass that will guide you in this setting: your project's compliance plan. In times of stability, it's a reference point. In times of crisis, it's your lifeline. It should be thorough yet flexible, comprehensive yet nimble enough to adapt to changing situations. The moment you hear rumbles of a crisis, pull out that plan. It's time to reassess risks, engage your team, and reinforce the importance of upholding standards even when you feel the pressure is mounting. Now, you might be thinking, Dr. D, that's easier said than done. Well, you're right. So let's break it down. You'll need to reevaluate your internal controls. Ask, are they robust enough to handle these new risks that are coming your way? Immediately consult with your team, and if necessary, you want to adjust those controls to ensure that they're still effective in a crisis setting. Now, this might mean increasing oversight in certain areas or streamlining processes to prevent bottlenecks that could lead to non-compliance. This is where you, as a Chief of Party, need to lean on your team's expertise. This is where you empower them to become, watchdogs for compliance. When everyone feels responsible for maintaining standards, you create a culture of compliance that can withstand the winds of change. Encourage open communication where concerns about non-compliance can be raised without fear. In this setting, an environment of trust is critical, especially when the stakes are high. Here's a key question. What about when regulations seem to clash with the urgent needs on the ground? This is where strategic engagement comes into play. This is where I would reach out to my USAID counterpart and keep them in the loop, keep them aware. Be transparent. I find that transparency here is our best ally. When USAID understands the challenges that we're facing as a Chief of Party, I find time and again that they can work with you. They work with you to find solutions that also maintain compliance without hindering your project's response to the crisis. It's key to remember that USAID doesn't expect you to have all the answers. They expect you to ask the right questions. For example, how can we stay compliant under these new circumstances? Or what flexibilities do we have within the regulations? These are the questions that can lead to innovative solutions. Don't forget about your network. Other Chiefs of Party have likely faced similar challenges. They offer insights. They can offer strategies that can help you unlock your situation. Another important aspect in all of this is documentation. in the heat of a crisis, it's really easy to let documentation slide, but it's precisely when you need to double down on it. Every adjustment, every decision, anything made in response to the crisis must be documented. This isn't just about covering your bases, it's about learning. When the dust settles through all of this, if you document, you're going to have a detailed record that can inform future responses and also contribute to a larger body of knowledge in our field. In fact, in the Partnerships Incubator, we requested a lessons learned document as an additional deliverable to deliver at the end of the project because we knew we would have learning that could be shared with other projects. Let's pivot to the idea of building resilience within your project. As I've mentioned, compliance isn't just about following rules. It's about embedding practices that can weather storms. This means, as a leader, we have to invest in training and capacity building for our team. When they understand not just the what, but the why of compliance, they're more likely to maintain those standards even under duress or in a crisis. Upholding compliance in the face of crisis is about staying true to the principles of accountability. It's about being proactive, staying connected, and being transparent. It's about leading with integrity, knowing that the way we respond to challenges today shapes the trust and the effectiveness of USAID projects tomorrow. Before we sign off, here's a reminder. Stay grounded in your values, stay connected with your team and stakeholders, and stay committed to the mission of your project. Our field is dynamic, but with a solid grasp on compliance and a strategic approach to leadership, you are more than capable of steering your project to success. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, keep leading with clarity and vision. I'm Dr. D. Have a great week.
Thank you for tuning in to Chief of Party to Chief of Party, Success in Your First 90 Days, your go-to source for insightful, actionable guidance that can shape the success of your project. Let's continue to drive change and create impact, one USAID-funded project at a time.